talk about the really lame joke called "Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road?" So I have many reasons the chicken crossed the road. So that once there was this really nice chicken named Jimmy. He was like brown on his head and he had this really cool beak. Yeah. So you know why he crossed the road? Because there was this movie that was across the street called Jimmy's Life as a Chicken. And it was like the coolest movie ever. It gained like $5 in the box office. It was just the best movie. It was rated B for bad. And so yeah, and no one saw it except for Jim. So he crossed the road and saw the movie, and he was all happy, and he was like, "Yay!" And then who else? So there was this other chicken called Emma. She had a little bit of a red hair, and her beak was sort of like this and a little weird. So yeah, so she wanted to cross the road because she was going to the stationery on 94, stationery store on, I forgot the store, on 94th Street. Sorry. Yes. So she went to the stationery store, and she bought some stuff. She spent $10 maybe, and she crossed the road to get there. So that's why Emma crossed the road. And there's this other chicken. His name is Joe. Well, the reason he wanted to cross the road is he wanted to go to Alaska. He was hitchhiking all the way to Alaska. So he hitchhiked and he found the car, and then the car left him in Russia. So he was just so annoyed, like, and then he was in Russia, and then he like jumped up and flew all the way to Alaska, and then bought this house for $45,000. He bought this really nice house just for $45,000. He saved a lot on that, but he only had $2 left. So he went to the store and bought some bubble gum. Then he didn't have any money left. But in Alaska, you know, when you cross the street, you get $1 million. So he crossed the street, and he was really rich. So he bought this really cool computer, but then the computer broke. It's a long story. I'm going to tell you it. So there's this person who was walking down the street, and then he spilled coffee on Jimmy's computer, and then Joe was just so annoyed. He's like, and he was just really annoyed. And then so he jumped up and down, screamed, and flew all the way back to Russia. And then when he was in Russia, he said, and then he came and flew back all the way to Alaska. He bought a $1 million house because he had $1 million left. So he had no money. And then since he had no money, he went out and bought some candy. And then he was in debt. When you're in debt, it's bad. So he was in debt, so he was bad. So everybody tried to arrest him because he was bad, because bad people get arrested. And remember Jimmy, the movie that was rated B for bad? Joe was also starring in that movie because he was bad. See? Those two stories are linked. So then Joe crossed the street to go to the candy store. He got $1 million. Then he bought another computer. And the same person came up to him and spilled some coffee on his computer, and the computer went, and Jimmy went, and Joe went, and Emma went, and then the guy who spilled the thing on the computer went, and then the people standing next to him went, and then everybody was really mad at the guy who spilled the computer. And that guy was also in Jimmy's movie because he was bad. And Emma is also bad. I don't know why, but Emma's just bad. So yeah, and then there was this other chick. Let me tell you a story of him. This is the most interesting story ever. His name, let me remember. His name is George. He had like purple hair, he was like a punk guy, he was like, and then he wanted to cross the road. And he really wanted to cross the road because he just felt like crossing the road. Then this car came and ran him over. And the car was in Jimmy's movie because the car was bad. Because it ran him over. And people who run people over are bad. So yes, and that's the story of how the chicken crossed the road.